Hello. Yes. Come sit. Nice to meet you. I'm Amarantha. And you are? Yes. Yes, I remember from the call earlier. Well, it's great to meet you in person. Why don't you tell me a little bit about why you're here to see me today? Okay. Okay. Sure. Well, we can get into the details of that in just a moment. For now, I'd like to start out by focusing on getting you comfortable. It can always be a little bit jarring to meet a new face and to be in a new place. Yes. So, to begin, could I get you anything? Any tea or water? I have chamomile and ginger tea if you're not a fan of caffeine. I love the stuff myself, but I understand if it's a bit late. Okay, yeah, I understand. Well, as I said, we're here to focus on you, so I want you to be as comfortable as you can when meeting a new person. I'm only here to help, and I want you to eventually feel comfortable sharing with me whatever it is that weighs on your mind. My only goal is to help you feel a little bit lighter and a little bit more clear in life. I'd love to go with you on your journey to attaining a little bit more mental clarity and spiritual clarity. Right. So let's begin by getting settled in. We're on the floor here because there is really something special about being grounded on the earth and touching the earth. So we can feel kind of stable and solid. And that stability is always something that you can come back to in our sessions. And so I want you to firstly focus on how it feels to be sitting on the floor. Try to sit up tall, with your shoulders naturally relaxed. And breathe in with me. And take a slow, deep breath out. Again, breathe in. And take a slow, deep breath out. And one more time, breathe in. Take a slow, deep breath out. And so you might feel a little bit calmer now, a little bit more at ease. Sometimes when we feel a little off kilter, all our body is really needing is a little bit extra oxygen. So if you ever feel any nervous energy start bubbling up, or any feelings of anxiety washing in, just remember to take 3 deep breaths and to feel that ground under you. All right. So just so you're more comfortable with what we're doing here today, I'm going to tell you how I start out all of my sessions. Or rather, start out with all of my clients. So we will be just doing your intake today. So it's nothing too scary or anything too emotional or heavy for you. And I'm just going to be kind of going through a form with you to get a little bit of details and sense about who you are and what you hope to achieve and what your history has been with any esoteric healing that you've had done, if any, or medical conditions that you have. So we'll just be going over this form here. It is pretty lengthy. And there are quite a few questions, but this will help me understand a little bit more where you're at, so that I can do my best to help you and guide you through whatever situation it is that you're hoping to get through. Okay, well, I think we'll go ahead and get started with this. And then when we're ready to wrap up the session, I'll let you know when we're getting close. So don't worry, you don't have to keep track of time or anything. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, this one should be easy because we already know. It's the client name. So yeah, your name. How is it that you spelled that again? It's a really nice name. I love that. Okay, and this is one that you may be hesitant to answer. I understand. I am myself as well. What's your date of birth? Okay. And what's your home address? Okay, that's kind of an odd street name. Can you spell that one for me as well? Okay. And the zip code? Okay. Now, what is the best phone number that I might be able to reach you? Okay. And occasionally I like to get in touch by email. And this is just as I go about my day and I come across any materials in my studies. I like to reach out to my clients with anything that I might find pertinent to their healing. So what's your email address? I promise I won't send you anything that's not relevant. Okay, that's kind of a long one. Can you spell that last part for me? Okay. And not that any emergency would happen as a result of my work with you, but it is something that I think would be prudent for me to have just in case anything ever were to happen during our sessions together. What is your emergency contact's name? Okay. And what is their relationship to you? Okay. And what is their phone number that I should call in case of emergency? Okay. That last one was a 0? Okay. Now, This may or may not be relevant to our sessions together. However, it's something that is pretty enlightening, so I always want to ask, what is your marital status? Okay. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. And do you currently have any children? Sure, I understand. And where you live, is it just you in your household? Okay. All right. Okay, so now we'll move on to talking a little bit more about you and exactly what it is that is bringing you into my office today. Again, no judgment here. I've heard it all, and so you don't have to feel bad about anything that you tell me. And of course, this is all confidential. So if there is something that you don't want to disclose at this point, I completely understand. And maybe we can get to it at a different time in our time together. But right now, just kind of give me an idea of what it is that we should have a goal to kind of help you with. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, right. You were saying that before. Okay. Oh. Right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me just write that down here. Just want to make sure to take as accurate notes as possible on the situation. That way I can formulate the best and most effective method of healing for you. Okay. And how long ago did you start to notice that this was happening? Okay, so you've been kind of dealing with this for quite some time. No. No. It's completely understandable. And you can't rush it. It's something that comes at a time that it's meant to. So, no, don't feel like, oh, you should have done this a long time ago. You're doing it now, and that's what counts. So, to what extent does this problem interfere with your day-to-day, like your job or your relationships? Do you sense its effects on, just your everyday routine? Right. Okay. So pretty much this is a daily occurrence. Okay, and it's mostly within your personal relationships and not in your work relationships? Okay. And that's pretty common. So if there's one thing that is out of sorts in our lives, a lot of times the effects of it filter into the other areas of our life. So it's very important that we, seek help if we need it. And what kind of treatments have you tried in the past for this? I know that you said you had kind of put off, seeking help for this particular issue in your life. But is there any other method that you've tried? So some of the possible methods could be energy healing, massage therapy. Okay. And when's the last time? Okay, about 6 months. All right. And with energy healing, was it Reiki energy healing that you tried? Okay. Yes, it can be very relaxing. Have you ever been to a curandero of any kind? Okay, so I'm the first. All right. How about physical therapy for any physical manifestations in your muscles or your joints? Any medication that you've tried in the past? Okay, and I'll ask for more details on that in just a moment. How about smudging? Have you ever tried meditation? Okay, yeah, well, it can be a little bit difficult to get started on, but I hope that, we can kind of delve into the benefits of meditation and help you get a good, solid practice going. Right. Okay. And are there any supplements that you've tried in the past for any of the symptoms that you've told me about? Right. All right, and what about any counseling or talk therapy? Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Sure. All right. And any sound therapy, actually, that could be ranging from singing bowls or vibrational and frequency treatments, or simply, music. Okay. Sound. All right. Sound baths. Yeah, I'm a big fan of sound baths myself. And you sing. Okay. Well, I always say, singing is a healing thing to do. Even if you believe you're no good, just making the sound can be very, very healing. All right, so I'd like to go over your medical history for the last 3 months. And this is basically so I can see if there's any physical manifestations in your body of any negative energies that might be blocking, your physiological function. So yes, they can be connected. So I have a list of conditions that I'll kind of go through with you. Is that okay? Okay. So Have you experienced any of these health conditions? And if you have, just let me know. We don't have to go into it in too much detail. I'm just going to go through the list with you. All right. So, have you had any localized weakness in any of your muscles? No. Okay. Any muscle pain? Yes. Okay. How about joint pain? Okay, yes. Do you seem to bleed or bruise easily? Right, and has this been something that has happened your whole life? Okay, right. Alrighty. So I'm gonna put a no for that one. Simply because we're looking for something over the past 3 months that would have indicated some kind of change. Any peculiar tastes or smells that you've been noticing? No. How about your energy levels? How are those? They tend to be pretty stable during the day. Okay. Higher at night? Any difficulty sleeping? So you've been sleeping, okay. And about how many hours a day? Right, it can be hard. Any weight loss, sudden weight loss or gain? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, that's notable. I'll go ahead and put yes on that. Yeah, I mean, it's a natural area to have issues with. However, anything that's a little bit too sudden or severe a change can be a signal for us. It's just a little bit of a signal from our bodies. It's nothing to be alarmed about, but it is something that we should kind of pay attention to. But, our body gives us subtle signals in a lot of different ways, so that's one of them. How about any fatigue? No? Okay. Rashes or blemishes on your skin that weren't there before? No. Changes in skin or hair texture? No. This one's a little bit scary, but hair loss? Any hair loss that you've noticed? Right. Okay. What about any dizziness? And this can be, when you go to get up from laying down or even just out of nowhere. Any dizziness? Okay. Blurry vision or any changes in your vision? No? Okay. And how about your hearing? Has that changed at all the past 3 months? Any tinnitus, like ringing in your ears? No? Okay. Migraines. Now, this is not so much about any regular headaches that you might have. Those could be caused by allergies or, just sensitivity to your computer screen or something like that. But I mean migraines, and I think, you'd know the difference if you had one. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. And have you noticed any irregularities in your heartbeat? So this could be something like feeling like fluttering in your heartbeat, or feeling like it skips a beat. Okay. Yes, and I know that can be kind of scary. I also kind of experience that from time to time, and it's something that can happen when our mind gets a little bit too ahead of itself. So it's not anything that you need to worry about or be overly concerned with most of the time. But if it does continue happening, then I would recommend you go see your general practitioner about it. But we'll just keep an eye on that for now. Okay, and how about any difficulty breathing? So this could be feeling like your chest is just a bit heavy, or your lungs don't have as much capacity as usual. Okay, yeah, you've been right. Oh, okay. How about any GI issues? So intestinal issues or digestive? Right. I mean, it doesn't seem like these things could be tied in, but the body is a holistic system, and we're really just all of our systems, working in unison. So it can have an effect. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that sounds like you have been. Okay. Okay, nothing to worry about, nothing we can't solve. Do you have any allergies that I should be aware of? So any allergies to any types of herbs or vegetables, plants, foods? I don't prescribe medication or anything, of course, but any medications that you're allergic to, just so I'm aware of the complete picture of any allergies that you might have. Okay. Yeah. And, oh, okay. Got it. Okay. Let's see here. Right. So on this next section, I'd like to just have you look at this diagram, and I'm going to kind of point to different areas, and you can tell me if you've had any joint pain or muscle pain in those areas. And it can be anything from just stiffness to like tingling sensations, or any sensations that you just felt were out of place in those areas of the body. Okay, so anything in that area right there, just your head, ears, so a bit of a tingling. Okay. Okay, so now looking at the back of your body, anything along the back of the head, so any, tingling or numbness? No. Okay, what about the neck, just right along the back of your neck, along the nape? A little bit of tightness? Okay. In between the shoulder blades, or the shoulder blades themselves? Okay. So right in between, but it's in the middle. Okay. Good. Okay. What about the lower back? In the center of the lower back, nothing, no tightness in there, no pain. So you did say no pain in the buttocks, but how about right above? Nothing. Okay. Anywhere down here? So, looking at the front of your body here, so in the chest area. Okay, yeah, you mentioned that a little bit. Okay, yeah. I'll go ahead and mark that, and just has a bit of tension. Yes. All right. So, right under that, in the stomach area, so like your upper stomach. Anything there? Okay. How about lower in the abdominal area? Okay, a little bit of discomfort. Okay. Sure. Right. So that is a common issue, and that is something that I can help you with, definitely. Okay. So, anything in the genital area at all? Nothing. Okay. All right. In the front of the thighs, either side. Any pain in the muscle, the front quadricep, your thigh muscles? Just a little bit of tightness. Is that above the kneecap? Okay. All right. So, onto the left side of your body. Oh, okay. Nothing on the left. That's interesting. Okay. It is something I've seen before. Sometimes on our dominant side of the body, we'll experience a little bit more sensations than on the non-dominant side of our body. I think it's just because we're so used to paying attention to that side. Right? Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to kind of go over just a little bit about your self-care and nutrition, just, how you take care of yourself, and, feel free to be as honest as possible here, and again, no judgment whatsoever, okay? So, please start by describing your daily exercise regimen, if any. Okay. And about how many times a week? Okay. And so when it comes to our diet, it can be very important to know the types of things that are going into the body as a system. So if you could just describe your daily, diet average, what you eat on a daily basis. Right, you don't have to go into super detailed or anything, but just give me an overview of the types of foods that you eat, morning, maybe afternoon, and for your evening meal. Okay. Okay. I have an incredible sweet tooth as well. Okay, and are you currently, or have you ever been on any kind of restricted diet? Okay. So, what kind of diet? And how long ago was that? Okay. All right. Good. And have you observed any changes in your appetite since you noticed that the issue started? Okay. I know we were talking about this a little bit before, but about how many caffeinated beverages do you consume per week, would you say? Right, on a weekly basis. Okay, no, there's nothing to be ashamed of. That's actually kind of low. And how many alcoholic beverages do you consume per week, if any? Okay. Okay. Do you smoke cigarettes? Right. Okay. Alright, so a few more questions about your mood and your well-being currently. So, have you or are you currently experiencing any of these conditions? Temper issues? Okay. Mood swings? Okay. Any depression or lowered mood for a prolonged amount of time? Okay. Any anxiety, or anxious feelings, or nervousness? Right. Any poor memory? Okay. Slowed speech? Has anybody around you noticed that you're just kind of speaking a little bit slower than usual, or maybe you can't find the words as easily as you once did? Okay. Any loss of interest in the things that you used to be interested in or that you liked to do? Or being with friends or anything like that? Okay. And any heightened sensitivity to stimuli, so sounds, lights, colors, sensations, anything like that? No? Okay. Okay, so for this next section, I'm going to ask you about your levels of certain things, and we'll just kind of, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being low and 10 being high, just tell me about where you perceive yourself to be on that scale, okay? So where would you rate your level of joy or contentedness at the moment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. And your level of emotional pain, what would you say right now? Okay. What is your level of physical pain at the moment on a scale of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right, and the level of any psychological pain that you might feel. This could even be unease, or it could be very strong. That's all relative. Okay, sure. Okay, I'll mark that down. Next, I'm going to read a set of statements, and I want you to tell me how strongly you agree or disagree with each statement. So 1 being that you strongly disagree, and up to 10 being that you strongly agree with the statement. Okay? All right. The first statement is, I accept myself, flaws and strengths included. And take your time. Okay. I deserve to be treated with respect. Okay. There are people who love and care about me. Okay. I deserve to feel love. Okay. I deserve to be happy. I prefer to spend time alone over spending time with others. Okay. Now, is there anything else that you specifically would like me to know about you to help you with your healing? Okay. Yeah, I think that is pertinent. Anything else that you'd like me to know? Sure. Okay, I'll mark that down as well. Okay, well, I know that was a pretty long process, but we'll go ahead and file that away. I'm going to look into that form a little bit more on my own and try to prepare for our next session. But we are coming to the end of our session here today. And I know that you said you were struggling a bit at the moment with getting some sleep. So what I'd like to do now is, give you a little bit of relief in the meantime. I am going to come up with a treatment protocol for you based on the information that we went over today. But until then, I'd like to kind of leave you in a nice, relaxed place so that you can go home and get some rest. Okay. So I'm just going to ask you to close your eyes. Well, you can keep them open, but you may be more comfortable with them closed. And I'm not going to touch you, but I am going to ask for your consent to just hover my hands a few inches away from you in order to transmit some healing energy into you. Okay, I do have your consent. Great. All right. So just as we started this session, I'm going to ask you to just settle and ground yourself on the ground. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Going to wipe away all that stress and all that tension. I'm just going to Sweep it off of you. Sweep, 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 sweep. Sweep, 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 sweep that away. And I'm replacing that with love and tenderness and acceptance. I'm going to push that into you. Push, 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 push. Push that into you so that you feel the love and tenderness and acceptance for yourself, because you need it. We all do. Sweeping that negative energy away. Sweeping it away. Sweep, 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 sweep. Sweep, sweep, sweeping it away. Sweep, sweep, sweeping it away. Pulling it out. I'm drawing up love, tenderness, and acceptance from my open heart, and pushing it into yours. Pushing it into yours. Keep taking nice, deep breaths. Make sure it cleanse that way. Drawing up the love and positive energy through myself and pushing that energy into you. Pushing that energy into you. Okay, feel free to open your eyes now. Yes, how did that feel? Good. Okay, I'm so glad. Now, I do have homework for you. So, after this, and after our next sessions as well, I'd like you to go home and find one way that you can show yourself just any amount of love. I know it can be hard right now when things are tough to show ourselves love, but it's the moment that we need it most. So try to find a little way. It could be a little cat nap on the couch, or cozying up with a nice book, or just a mug of tea. But have the intention of giving yourself a little bit of just something special, because you deserve it. Okay? All right. It has been so wonderful to meet you, and I'm so excited to proceed on this journey with you. Thank you so much for seeing me today.